What's up, Schwartz Force? Welcome back to the channel. Now, as you can see in the title, I wanted to do something a little different, being a 3-watch collection covering the basis for a work, a play or sport watch, and then a dress watch. And I wanted to use Rolex Homages because I know that's a really popular option out there in the watch community. The design, the aesthetics of so many Rolex, iconic Rolex references. So I wanted to see if we could pick 3 that would kind of handle most, if not all, of the events you would come across throughout life. And there's always going to be exceptions to the rule, so just keep that in mind. And also keep in mind that I'm only aware of so many models. I'm not the end-all, be-all of all homage watches or even watches in general. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to give you some ideas of some brands that I'm aware of and I know about, and there may be some that I do not that you do. So make sure you drop a comment down below and share any, whether it be a cheaper watch or option, or maybe a little bit more expensive but better featured option. I know that there's some homages that can get into the $1,000 or $1,500 range. So let's use the Jeanalt, for example. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to hear y'all's thoughts. All right, but in case you're new to the channel, my name's Dave. May the Schwartz be with you. And hey, did you know it's a great day to wear a watch? Today I have on the ROCOS R0139. This is the Patek Philippe Nautilus Homage 5711 reference, and I just love this thing. Will probably stay in my collection for a long time. It's one of my favorites, but I don't wear it as much as I would like because I got to spread the love with some other watches in my collection. Now, I have done a full review on this watch. You can check it out up here. I highly recommend it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, so I want to start out with the work watch. We need something versatile that can handle a variety of jobs and environments. And I got to say, it's a no-brainer. We're going for the Rolex Explorer 1 Homage. Now, this, of course, as you can see, I have my Rolex Explorer print from Better Than Design Studios. I'm going to put their link in the description so you can check them out. They got some amazing artwork featuring some of our favorites. So definitely go send them some love and follow them on Instagram. And of course, I got to do a quick shout out because this watch here, the Tissel Explorer, was on loan from a buddy of mine, fellow watch enthusiast and YouTube channel that is Chase with All Things Random. So I'm going to link his channel up here. So again, thank you, Chase, for sending this in. I explained to him, I kind of wanted to give it a test and see if I would like the Tissel Explorer. I know there's other brands, of course, that you can go for, but this is the one that's really caught my eye the most. And so he had one, he was willing to ship it in for a little bit, and I am anxious to get this back over to him because I've actually had it for a couple weeks, and I just, I think I might buy one. It's that nice. I'm probably gonna pull the trigger on one of these, but I'm thinking for work watch, kind of everyday, very versatile. So whether you're working in a job that's business casual, that's gonna work for you, or if you're working in something where you need just that kind of tool watch function. And of course, this one having sapphire crystal can take a beating. You can see all of the love marks on this watch. I believe Chase had mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, he wears this when he's on duty as a police officer. So imagine the rough environment this thing is probably dealing with, and still going strong. Now, this Tissel Explorer is around $350 new. You can sometimes find them used. They're a little rare when they pop up, but they do pop up, and you can get them a little bit less for a deal, but you are getting a fully spec'd out watch. What I really like about this version is it does have the glide lock as well. So really awesome. I know you can find other brands. So the cheapest I came across on the Explorer was the Benyar Explorer at around 50 bucks. Then you can go for the Bliger Explorer, and that's around 80 bucks or so, sometimes a little bit cheaper on AliExpress versus like Amazon, for example. And then I know Felita also has an Explorer version. Some of them, are going to be sterile dial. Some are going to have the brand on the dial. So it just kind of depends. But let me know of any other Explorer homages you're aware of at different price ranges between $50 to $350, because I know other viewers would definitely be interested in seeing what else may be out there, and I am too. So that's what I would put us down for as far as a work watch. Now, when it comes to a watch for play, we're going to need something that can handle sporting, but also not just have form, but function. And for this, I give you an option actually between either the Submariner Homage, you guys already saw that coming, or actually the Daytona Homage. They're both rugged. The chronograph option may come in handy a little bit more as far as your sporting needs. The Submariner is going to work a little bit better as far as your diving or underwater needs, but you can find some of the Daytona homages with 100 or even probably 200 meters of water resistance. So that's something to keep in mind. I opted in my collection for the Lorio Submariner. It has an aluminum bezel, doesn't have ceramic, but everything else I like about it is good. Although I do wish it had a 2.5x Cyclops. This is just a 1.5x, but you can see I have it on the Straps Co. kind of Oyster Flex style rubber strap with the stainless steel clasp. Just a great watch, very comfortable on this. You can of course keep these on the bracelet. You guys know me, I love to do strap swaps, and so right now I have it on a more comfortable option. Just a great watch. And again, the Lorio, I want to say this runs around $100 or so, maybe a little bit less. There are the cheaper options, of course. So again, keep in mind that Tavis is a automatic that you can get for what, around $40 or so. You can go a little bit higher. They have the Pagani designs, are around $100. You can even go a little bit higher into the San Martin range for about $200. And so Tissel not only makes the Explorer, but they also make a Submariner homage. I think they even have like a vintage no date sub version. So you get some options there, but again, you're going up a little more in price at around $300 to $350. So it just kind of depends how much you want to spend and what kind of specs you're looking for. I wish the lume on the Lorio was better, but again, there's always some trade-offs when you go a little bit lower in cost. So that's what I would say for your play. And again, if you want to go a little more sporty, we can go for the Daytona homage. Now, I like the Parnas. This is the one that I have because, of course, sapphire and ceramic bezel, but I like how they balanced the subdials. Some of the other homages out there are more true to the Rolex Daytona, where it's kind of offset just a tad. But what I didn't like, for example, the Pagani design has a date at 4 o'clock, and it's, I guess if you're a purist, you know, there's no date on the Rolex. So it's just something that you got to kind of pick and choose what it is you like and how much you're willing to spend. So I know that there's a lot of other chronograph Daytona homages out there. I want to say Benyar, I believe, has one if I'm not mistaken, and there's a few others. So let me know which homages for the Daytona you would recommend in the comments, because really I'm only familiar with a couple. This is one of the first watches I bought very early on in my collecting, so I never really took a look into other Daytona homages because I had this one that kind of scratched that itch already. All right, and then lastly, of course, for dress, I went with the Datejust, but you could go, I'm going to say Datejust or Day Date, just depending. You don't have to do two-tone. One of the beautiful things with the Datejust and Date Date homages is that you can find these in all different colorways. You can go with a 36 mil, you can go with a 41 mil. There's a lot of different price points as well. And if you want to go quartz, you can save a little bit of money, or you can go automatic. This is the Holland's Datejust. I have done a full review on this as well. I think I spent just over $100 for this one here, and it's very almost replica-ish. I mean, look at, they put even like the branding there with Holland's instead of Rolex. But I really like this. It's been an awesome watch. The bracelet's really comfortable once you size it, and you can go a little more casual with this. So I would even say this can cross over from dress into work. If you downplay it, depending what you do for a living, you could downplay it with like a leather strap or a suede strap. And this plays well with other materials such as that Harris tweed strap that I have. So this is something that's a little more versatile, but again, on the bracelets, probably it's most dressy. And you can of course wear this with a suit. I think that once you get into like black tie, this probably isn't going to cut it for you. So that's why I kind of at the beginning said, there's always exceptions, you know, depending on what event you're going to. You might actually want a even dressier option, but I love the look of this two-tone with those cubic zirconia mimicking the diamond markers for the hours. Really great watch, and I've been enjoying this one for quite a while. Now, if you want some cheaper options, you can go with the Pagani Datejust. I want to say that's around $72, or you can go with some of the quartz options that are even cheaper than this. I've seen some Datejust or Day Date homages go as low as, you know, $40. And then of course, if you want to go a little bit higher end, there is the Orient Day Date with a champagne dial. And honestly, the reason I didn't pick that one up is because it was on Amazon for like over, I want to say over $400. It was just way too much in my opinion. I love Orient, don't get me wrong, but at the time I just wasn't willing to spend that much for an homage watch. But that's my kind of collection here, guys. Again, thanks Chase for lending me your Tissel Explorer. This is one I'm really giving some thought about picking one up. It's just such a nice everyday wearer. and the glide lock specced out lume. Just looks great on the wrist, as you can see here. I mean, it's just an awesome watch. So I might be picking one of these up for myself. And then of course, you can never go wrong with the Submariner Homage and a Daytona Homage. And then of course, the Date Just or Day Date, depending what you want to do. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of my recommendations for a work, a dress, and a play or sport watch? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, any recommendations you have, make sure you drop them in the comments. And I will look forward to seeing you guys at the next one. So if you haven't joined the Schwartz Force yet, please hit that subscribe button down below. And also be sure to check out this video right here. It's really fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Hashtag yoga hand before I'm out. And I'll see you guys at the next one. As always, may the Schwartz be with you. Take care.